What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build this infinite fuel farm. So basically I had somebody comment on my previous video asking if I could do something like this, and I had never really heard of an infinite fuel farm, but then I thought about it for a while and I think I have the solution. It's basically an automatic kelp farm with furnaces attached. And what this does is it basically breaks the kelp once it gets tall enough, shoots it up here into the hoppers, into the chest, into the hoppers again, into the furnaces, where it goes to dried kelp, and then it goes into the chest here, which you can then make it into dried kelp blocks, which act as fuel. So it's pretty simple to build. Everything in my hotbar is like what you're gonna need, except for a crafting table, kelp obviously, and just like any solid block except for glass. And you don't have to build this out of glass. I mean, I just did because it looks cool, but you can really do whatever block you want. So I'm gonna go over here real quick and get started. So basically, just like any other farm, you're gonna want to start off with your dirt blocks like this. I'm just gonna do 7 because it's easy. But I would totally recommend building it longer, because that way you can get more fuel out of it. So like that one's 19. And I kind of cheated. I like loaded up these chests with an infinite amount of kelp, but I would recommend doing like at least 19 blocks long. That way you can get more fuel. But basically, once you put your dirt blocks down, you're gonna want to build this frame around it, like directly against it. And as you're building this, you just want to fill it in with water. Make sure like every block gets its own bucket. That way the kelp can like float up to the top. But once you get this first layer, you might as well plant your kelp and not totally break your farm. So now I have to get some kelp here, if I can find it. But you can plant your kelp, and then once you do that, you can come around back here, or well, not back yet, but put your pistons on there, and then come around back, put your observers on there, and then you might as well grab your building block and then just throw that on there like this. Put your redstone dust on there. So then you can go ahead and continue building your layers. And don't forget to fill them in with water every time. Just keep building them. And once you get to the observers, well, I mean, I know it works now, but once you get to the observers, you can go ahead and build 3 up, 3 blocks high. And in the front, only do 2. And make sure you're still filling in your water. So once you get to this point, you can go ahead and start building out. I believe on that I did 3 out from the wall. It doesn't really matter too much. It can be however long you want it, but 3 is a good number, so I'm just gonna do that. And then you're gonna want to put kind of like a rail or a wall on the edge so water doesn't go everywhere. But then once you do this, you're going to want to build kind of a temporary wall here, and this is where it's going to be different for everybody depending on how long you built your farm. But you're going to want to find the middle, put a chest, and then every other block put a chest. This way the kelp is evenly distributed among all the furnaces as like best as possible. But then you want to, once you get those chests in, are you serious? This literally happened in my other video, my previous one, except I was in a desert, so like it didn't actually show the rain, but we're just gonna roll with it. So you can go ahead and put hoppers running into those chests, and then kind of just do that. I mean, get your hoppers running into each other. It's like the best way I can explain it. But once you do that, you can go ahead and build a wall around these hoppers to keep the water in. And at this point, you can come back up here and add the water. And then you can come down here. It really needs to like stop raining. Okay, that's a little brighter. But then you want to take a hopper, put them running straight down from the chest, and then go ahead and put a smoker like that. You can use smokers because they're twice as fast as regular furnaces. But once you do that, you're going to want to find the middle, put a hopper facing down, and then hoppers running into the middle on the sides like that, connecting every furnace that you have. And then you're going to want to go one block in front of the middle, place a chest, and then come around back here and put a hopper running into the chest like that. And this is pretty much it. You can already see that there's kelp in these smokers, but you might as well grab some coal and get your furnaces started. Just putting like 3 or 4 in each one. That way when kelp does get in there, then it'll just start melting automatically. But that's pretty much it. You're going to want to place a crafting table down here though, so that way when you do get your dried kelp and stuff, you can craft your dried kelp blocks. And this actually goes really well with the super smelter from my previous video, because that thing is a fuel hog. Let me tell you, that thing is crazy. But I can just show you real quick, like if I stop collecting it, how this thing works. Basically, it gets filled with kelp, or the kelp grows, and then it just kind of goes up and into the hoppers, through the chests, into the furnaces. Like I can throw stacks of kelp in here and it'll just like crush it. But you can see it's basically maintaining like a solid thing because it's filling in the furnaces. But that's pretty much it. Let me know if this tutorial was helpful. If it was, make sure to drop a like, consider subscribing. I post new videos every Wednesday, and I typically stream on Mondays and Fridays depending on what I'm doing. But also hit up the Discord server, link is in the description. Check out my second channel, Wedge's Workshop, link is also in the description. And with all that being said, I will catch you all in the next video.